Hello and welcome to the video. I'm George and today we're going to be fixing something I never thought I would own. A MacBook. An old MacBook, but a MacBook. Now I have to say I am not Apple's biggest fan at all, ever. And the thought of actually touching this, it was free, okay? It was free. I can't complain. The story behind this MacBook is it was thrown into a box of junk which I bought from the auctions. Now, if you've seen any of my previous videos, you'll notice I've mentioned going to auctions a couple of times, I think, and I'm just now starting to go through the bits and pieces that I've picked up, this being one of them. So it was in a box with some transistor radios, a DAB set, a few other bits. But either way, it cost me next to nothing. So let's power it up, find out what's going on with it and whether it works. Now I'll tell you a secret. I've already done this off camera, but I'm going to show you. Charger's on. And I have powered it on. You can see that I have got mouse movement in this section of the screen and a little bit over the top. So the actual machine is working. Unfortunately, the screen is pants, a pile of poo, whatever you want to call it. So what I'm going to do with this particular beast of a machine is I'm going to power it off. If I know how to. Let's see, is there a shutdown procedure on these things? Oh yes, there is. There is a shutdown button. Let's tell it to shut down. I will reach behind me and show you that I have another screen. In fact, rather than just changing the screen, I'm going to change the entire top assembly. Now I've looked on YouTube and there's 1,000,001 videos telling you how to change the actual screen. But nobody does the whole thing because I don't know. I don't know why because. So anyway, I'm going to attempt it and I'm going to attempt to take a video of me changing a MacBook screen. Hopefully it will work. So the first thing we're going to do with any laptop is take any power supply away from it, and on these it seems to be quite easy because they actually have a battery that you can take out. Take note, Apple, you used to do good things. I'm going to need a small Phillips screwdriver, and apparently there are screws all the way round the edge of in here and round the edge of the case. So I've got my empty tray. Let's start with taking some of these screws out. Can't see how these are holding the keyboard down, but I'm not going to take any chances. Now this is the first time I've ever had a MacBook in my possession, so you'll have to forgive me for my ignorance. There's probably 1,000,000 people out there who've done this job already and who are screaming at me to say, what the are you doing? You don't need to do that. I don't know what I need to do. I'll be honest, I don't know what I have to rip apart. I don't know which bits are needed to be removed. Now there's two more there because that's where the touchpad is, so they've got to come out. 3 more. That certainly makes more sense. Now, there's a cable in the middle underneath. And now I should, in theory, he says, in theory, be able to just remove the keyboard with a little bit of jiggling. There we go. So that's the keyboard off. So let's put that to one side with the battery. Now we need to get the CD drive out. We could take the hard drive out. Let me just check what this is. 320 gig, that makes more sense. So a 320 gig hard drive, that just pulls out. That's like that. We'll put that to one side. Now normally I would just change a hard drive. I don't know what that bit of plastic is. For a bigger one, but unfortunately I don't have any copies of Apple operating system. So at the moment this will stay as it is. Now I've got to undo this screw for the CD-ROM drive, which has been put in badly. We've got to undo the hinge, and we've got to take out, there are two cables that come from the actual screen itself, as well as over this side. Now these are the Wi-Fi connections here, and you've got a black one and a grey one. And what I'm going to do before I go any further is I'm going to grab a black Sharpie. I'm going to mark the black one with a black line so that I know that that side is black. Makes sense to me? Makes sense to you? Hopefully. That way, when I put them on again, I get them the right way round. Now you're going to say, how did you know about that? I said, well, I know about that because most laptops have a separate Wi-Fi card and they use these RF connectors. And most laptops actually have the Wi-Fi in the top of the screen. So it normally runs along here, which is the highest point of the laptop. It just makes sense to, from a radio perspective, to have the aerial as far away from the components as possible, because you're effectively putting a radio transmitter next to a computer. There's also this little spongy connector here with 4 wires on, which I noticed on the new board down there. So I'm gently just going to lift that connector off, and that's another pop-out connector. So that's now, obviously, yeah, this has been removed before because that has been off once or twice, shall we say. There's another screw here for the CD-ROM drive, because these are standard. Regardless of this manufactured to Apple specifications, they're all made by the same sort of company, and they will all be a standard size drive. And let's see where else these cables run to. Now there should be a couple of screws holding this part of the drive down, but it looks like I have to take this frame off, do I? So there's a wire tucked under there. Let's just move that out of the way. lift up the CD drive's connector, and it is held in somewhere down here. Let's just have a look. A normal CD-ROM drive. These look like the two cables that are coming down. Yes, there's a screw there. Is that freed off the drive yet? Let's just unhook the cable that controls the drive. What's this? Do I need to? Do I need to? Rather than scrape that off, I'm just going to turn it on its side like that. So now it looks like I've got to take the frame for the screen off. Now these are the two wires here. This third one is something I know nothing about, so let's just unhook that from there. Let me check the wires on the other screen. We have one that goes to a little plug like that, which is that one, yes. And we have the black one with a large connector, which is this one. So it's just those two wires. Now you can learn a lot about taking these things apart just by looking at the replacement parts. Now there's something holding that down there. Is that a tag? Let's take that screw out. Just put it there for a minute. Yes. So that tag runs under there, which holds that cable down. This one goes there, which is held there. So let's follow this one along. And that just pops backwards. So that's that cable disconnected. That's those cables disconnected. We're now ready to just lift the frame. So one, two, three. So I'm going to lay these screws out in the order in which they came out of the hinge assembly. And I'm just going to take that piece out so that that all sits together. I'm going to do the same over this side. Small piece. Bigger screw. Let's put them in order. And hinge. So that's the longest one. Right, so that bit and that bit are together. They put in all these little bits of plastic and what have you for some reason. Haven't yet figured it out. Now hopefully that just, if it's not tagged down anywhere else, yes it is, it's tagged down on this little screw as well. So there's the old MacBook screen off completely. Right, so there's no back tag on this cable. So I'm just going to put that screw back in without it. Let's put this frame piece back together. Like that. Let's get the power cable. Well, it made a noise. I've got an Apple logo. Got a pretty picture. And it's found my Wi-Fi. So, at this point in time, it's fixed. We now have a fully working MacBook. To give you some idea of what this repair has cost me, it's cost me 20 UK pounds for a replacement screen from eBay. That is the sum total of what I've spent on this machine. I haven't bought any new batteries, haven't bought any hard drives, haven't bought any other parts. It's just a case of take it apart, change the screen, put a new one on, bolt it back together. Okay, with that, seeing as we've got to this stage, all I've got to do now is screw the keyboard back down. I'm going to ask you to maybe click a video up here and watch something that you might not have watched on my channel. Or there'll be one down here somewhere where my waggly finger is, for YouTube they'll choose one from the channel for you to watch. If you could click like, subscribe, ding the bell for all notifications, be much appreciated. Also, please leave comments down below, tell me where I went wrong and how I could have done this job easier. I'm always willing to learn easy ways to do anything. I don't know if I'm ever going to do this job again, but it's always good to hear. Thanks very much for watching and we'll see you again. Bye for now.